What up, Tarot? What up, Taurus Collective? Welcome back to Tarot Numerology. I know I've been away for a couple days, few days, three, two, something like that. Been rearranging stuff, rearranging the studio, rearranging life a little bit. Today, Pacific time, it's April 10th, 2025, which breaks down to a 5. That masculine energy. But let's not talk about that. It's already late, so I can imagine so many other people listening to this. It will already be the 11th, and you'll be experiencing changes of plans, changes of travel, women changing up the plans. If you know my readings, this is probably like a broken record by now. The base number for the 11th will be a 6. Crazy. Yeah, it'll be a 6. That's right. I think I felt like I talked about this on the second. That's a really good energy for So it's a good recipe for a lot of things. Actually, it's like a recipe for a significant other changing up the plans. A woman that for you males listening or women that are into women listening, you might meet a woman out of nowhere that changes up your plans because of that contractual energy. The base number for the 11th is a 6, and that's contractual energy. Major Arcana 6, Lover's card. Major Arcana 15, which is a 6. 1 and 5 is 6, is the devil. Still has to do with a couple, a contracted couple, a karmic couple, right? So something like that is let's just say it's the perfect base recipe for something like this to happen. A woman coming in, a karmic coming in, a feminine karmic. It could be or it could just be a male that's more on the feminine side. You know, let it resonate how it resonates. But point is, either a 2, an 11, or a 29, or a Pisces. Let that 2 resonate where it resonates. But what what comes is a possible partner out of nowhere that changes up the plans. I could see something like that happening with that number combination. But if we're gonna break it down in simple terms, changes. There will be changes. There will be changes that day, and most of the time you don't expect it with the 2 number. It's very similar to the 4 number. The 4 number brings that energy too, and 2 make 4, and you'll see that 8 predictive numerology energy is very similar to 4 and 2 in the sense of like planning, speculating, organizing, right? 4 is law and order. 2 is justice, major arcana, right? 11 is a 2, is intuition. That's mainly what it is in numerology, the 11 number, if you really break it down to the simple terms. It's strong intuition, right? Women have the strongest intuition. 11s have strong intuition. 2s, 20s, 29s, super strong intuition, very sensitive. Could be moody at times because we just feeling everything that's going on. Also, 6, the base number for April 11th, 2025, will be a stuck energy. So stuck, delays through transit, through computers, through cars, through machinery, stuff like this. Um, I also noticed the 6 number brings about worrying, maybe not worrying about a potential connection, but definitely questioning things, or it's a debate in your head. The 6 number can cause a little debate in your head about your significant other, how it's gonna go, stuff like this. So the Lover's card, right? 6. The next day will be April 12th, 2025. The base number will be a 7. And we're dealing with the 12 number, which is a 3. So April 12th, 2024, with that combination with a base number 7 and the day 3, it's one of those days where I like to say you want to be early on stuff. 12, which is a 3, causes a lot of late energy. People are late. You 3 people born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, 30th, you guys are always late. Most of the time. I know one of you are getting mad. Um, but for the most part, 9 out of 10 times, you guys are late. Um, and it's 7, the base number for the 12th. And 7 could be a very long distant energy. So that's what I'm saying. You be prepared for obstacles or things that may drag things out longer than they need to be on the 12th. I could definitely see something like that. But anyway, let's do an all signs. It's been a minute since I've done an all signs. So let's do it. Starting with Aries for the sign of Taurus. What does Aries want to tell the sign of Taurus? Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 6, 5, 11, 11, 4, 15. So here's that. That's literally the base number for the 11th, 15. So here we got it again, 15. Capricorn energy, devil energy, karmic contract. Could be a toxic karmic contract because of the devil card, right? So let's see. And so this is Aries. So there's something toxic, something about addictions, something of the physical desires, an attachment, something like this could be stirring up with an Aries. But this isn't the Aries energy right now for the sign of Taurus. What does Aries want to tell Taurus? Let's go. Okay, all right, Nine of Cups. Yeah, I keep getting the feeling that there's an Aries that, I mean, how else can I put this, Taurus? There's an Aries that misses being physical with you or something like this in the bedroom or the way you guys kiss, the way you guys touch. It's stuff like this. This Aries is definitely thinking about it. It makes them happy. Let's see what else we got here. You might hear from them. Hmm. They feel like you have a lot of baggage. This Aries feels like you have a lot of baggage. Um, I also get that maybe you want to talk to them, but you're too busy. You're too busy collecting something, working on something, building up something. That, or it could be that you have a lot of just like red flag memories about them that you're just not. It's not worth it. Hmm. Or also get for some that you've been meaning to talk to this Aries. You've been meaning to do it, but there's just something that's stopping you. There's something like, but then there's all this, and then there's all that, and they did this, and they said that. Stuff like this. But it would make them happy if you did call them. There's a lot of physical attraction here from an Aries to the Taurus collective here. Uh, okay, Taurus. I see that you have options, and that's one of the reasons why you don't hit up this Aries. You have options that interest you more. Oh, that you might be actually heading towards, traveling towards. Cherry energy. You have options, and there's possibly even some of these options you are taking on. You're totally heading. And there's the devil again. Um, hmm. It kind of looks towards like you might be avoiding this karmic contract, but going right into another one. I see fun. I see a little bit of playing with fire, though. I see a little bit of toxicity, not the possibility of the feeling of so be careful things about attachments and stuff, right? Okay, so Taurus to Taurus, what does Taurus want to tell Taurus? 516 639 9110. Wheel of Fortune. There's something karmic. There's something already in motion in the wheel of. It's like the roulette wheel is already spinning. You're already spun. It's already going. There's something like that going on with you and a Taurus. What else? Okay. All right, Taurus. I see stuff like marriage. I see stuff like having to really balance things out. And I see collaboration. I see work. I see opportunity. Uh, I mean, the Hierophant is the Taurus card alongside with the Empress. Um, What is this Temperance card? Four Cups. Okay, what's the Hierophant? Two of Pentacles. Okay. I see what's going on. Three of Pentacles. What is that? Page of Pentacles. Okay. All right, Taurus. Something about you and another Taurus, and being disenchanted and walking on eggshells because of. Taurus, I just feel like you're holding. How do I put this? It's like you've been two-timed before, so you're making sure it doesn't happen. It's kind of what I'm getting here. Been two-timed, you're making sure it's not happening. You're making sure it won't happen again. But in the end of all this, what I see is a new start, a collaboration, possibly you and like another person, like a third person, starting a business almost even. Something about this with a Taurus. Anyway, we'll leave that right there. All right, Gemini. What does Gemini want to tell Taurus? Let's see. 15 and 2, 17. Okay. Gemini's watching you online, possibly. You're doing something in the public eye. Seven of Cups. 10 of Wands, just 17 again. All right, the 17 number is here again. So there's something about doing stuff in the public eye, Taurus, and the Gemini is noticing something like this. Or maybe they're doing something in the public eye and you're noticing. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords tells me they're overwhelmed by some sort of success that you're having, maybe, or they're overwhelmed by the idea of. I just get that they see you kind of glowing up towards this Gemini, and they're like overwhelmed about reaching out. Two of Pentacles. It's a Gemini that feels like you've moved on. You got new people, new partners that you're thinking of, or new other escapades you're being a part of. They have all these ideas of what you're probably up to, but spy on you. I do see this, and they are noticing your glow up. This is what I'm noticing right here from this Gemini, Queen of Pentacles. They see that you're really taking care of yourself, or you're really taking an independent route into something. Three of Cups. That your collaboration. So this is a Gemini that's noticing that your collaborations are taking off. Whatever it is that you're doing, Eight of Wands, Seven of Wands, that you really stood your ground on something. There's a Gemini that's really noticing this. All right. Cancer. What does Cancer want to tell Taurus? Queen of Cups. Okay, trust your voice. Trust your voice. Okay. There's like a supportive energy coming in here from a Cancer. Let's see. 213, 314, 437. Seven is Chariot energy. Okay. Okay. There's a very supportive energy coming from a Cancer. They want you to trust yourself in your journey. There's something that maybe there's a Cancer that knows about some kind of journey you've been on, or something you're heading towards. They want you to know to have courage. And the Chariot energy, the seven, is the fastest moving card in major arcana, and that usually indicates someone who's steadily heading towards their goals with hunger, but still trying to balance. There's a lot of balancing having to happen. But anyway, there's a Cancer here who wants you to trust yourself. King of Swords. Yeah. There's a big message here from a Cancer about trusting yourself, being on the side of logic. Don't get, don't overthink things. Don't know when to be head over heart and heart over head. There's something like this going on here with a Cancer. 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 9, 9, 6, 15. Two of Swords. Yeah, there's a Cancer just wants to make sure you don't get yourself into something you're not going to be able to get out of. Um, to not walk blindly into something. There's something about being cautious and not walking blindly into something. There's a message here from Cancer for sure. Scorpio energy's here too. But anyway, we're talking about Cancer. Mhm. And there's that star energy. I think this Cancer senses you're going into a new beginning. You could be going into a new beginning with them, a new rebirth with them. But there's a big caution about not jumping in with anything you're going to regret and you can't get yourself out of, to be head over heart at the right time and heart over head and trusting your voice. So that's from Cancer. Leo, what does Leo want to tell Taurus? 3, 2, 5, 2, 5 is 10, 14, Temperance. Okay, Leo is really having to tame their choices, their feelings. So Leo that's walking on thin ice here is what I'm getting here. Leo walking on thin ice. What do they want to tell Taurus? Whoa. See, you're doing this to a couple people, Taurus. The way you're living now, or the way you're deciding to live, or the way you've set yourself up in a way, in a sense, is kind of a tower for this Leo. And it seems like it was kind of a tower for the Gemini a little bit, or they're noticing it. Something of this. It's you're causing some upheavals here, Taurus, is what I'm seeing here. You're causing some upheavals. Past past energy. Someone you go way back with. This could be a Leo you go way back with, but you're causing some upheavals for sure. See, again, has to do with your independence. For some reason, this Leo is they're really going through it for whatever reason. Boom, and you just have like I don't know. I just feel like you have a lot of chips stacked against them in a sense. And again, this public eye thing, Taurus, the Taurus collective I'm talking to, you guys do stuff in the public eye or something, or you guys are getting attention in some sort of way, but it causes upheavals and it's constant storyline that happens with you guys. But here I'm seeing it with Leo and a little bit of Gemini. Hmm. All right, Virgo. What does Virgo want to tell Taurus? 2, 6, 8, 8, 6, 14. 14 and 6 is 20. Judgment. Virgo and the Judgment card. Changes. Virgo's going to. I get this a lot with Virgo when I do this with you guys. Like they're going through legal stuff. Changes. Legal stuff is changing their situation, or judgment is changing their situation. Whoa, Virgo. You guys know a toxic Virgo for sure. Um, King of Wands. Okay. There's a Virgo that's coming out of a relationship. I think they would love to start something with you or something like this, or they've had an attachment to you before, but there's definitely heavy attachment, physical attraction stuff going on, either from the past between you and this Virgo, or it's withheld energy, Two of Cups. They have a heavy obsessive attraction towards you, Taurus, is what I'm getting from this Virgo. Virgo is nine, so this could be people with nine energies as well. Ten of Wands. Hmm. Look at this. They see you as a magician, Taurus. They see you as a real magician, real resourceful person, real one of a kind. And they would love to drop burdens that they got with you. They want to be with you. There's a Virgo that definitely wants to be with you, the Empress, for sure. But they're sort of in a catch-22, and it could be that judgment. Here's that two energy again. So there's like a Virgo who legally can't get to you in a sense, or something about legal issues, attachments, being attached, fantasy. This person fantasizes about you. This Virgo. All right, Libra. What does Libra want to tell Taurus? What does Libra want to tell Taurus? Whoa, look at that. Libra card came out. Justice. Hmm. Let's see. Let's dig on this. What is the Page of Cups here? Three of Wands. Okay, that's kind of what I was feeling. Okay. The Magician. It's the Magician here. This is kind of feeling like the Gemini read where or no, the Cancer, the mix of the Cancer and the Gemini. Like this person's watching you glow up or something, but they want you to. You got people that are watching you and they want you to be successful, and that a Libra is one of them. Eight of Wands. See, because this Magician card keeps coming up, and it has a lot of like Eight of Wands energy, which is like going for it. Having fun. Libra seems like they want to make sure you're having fun, that you're happy as you pursue your goals. Something like this is coming through. You're happy as you make your plans and your changes, or are you happy with some changes that might have happened? Is also what I'm getting here too. They're wondering if you're still keeping it fun. Something about you keeping it fun. I'm also getting people here want you to know you're a magician. Five of Swords. Huh. Seven of Cups. Six of Cups. Yeah. There's a lot of people know that you're like you got a lot of resilience towards. And this Libra knows it. Hmm. Huh. I'm also getting that for some of you, there's a Libra that is there's like a jealousy situation or a competition thing, a big reason why you guys don't talk. Something like this is going on. I keep getting that. All right, Scorpio. What does Scorpio want to tell Taurus? 5, 3, 8, 8, 6, 14, 14, and 5. 5 is 19. So we got Leo energy again, even though this is for Scorpio. Could be a Scorpio that has a lot of Leo. We got happy stuff. Okay, Eight of Swords. Interesting. Very mixed energy here. Let's see. 18. Huh. Very interesting energy here. Because we got 19, right? We got the happiest major arcana number, the Sun. We got Justice. But then we have this naive or playing dumb or acting like that you don't see this kind of energy going on here. What is this Eight of Swords energy from the Scorpio? Queen of Wands. Whoa. What else? What else? Nine of Swords, Three of Wands. Whoa, okay. Either this is Scorpio misses you terribly. They stress out about. There's a Scorpio that wishes you guys still were connected. I see this too. They sometimes there's a lot of remorse or something like that. There's some remorse energy going on here with the Scorpio. It's weird. It's a Scorpio that wants to show you that there's a Queen of Wands energy, which means like they support you. Or they Queen of Wands usually means it's someone who means well. They want good things, or they feel something for you. But then there's this Eight of Swords energy where they're in denial of it, or they're closed up to it, or they play dumb to it. But there's a Justice energy here. What's this Justice energy? King of Swords. Oh, okay. 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 It's like an energy of a Scorpio that knows what they've done. Maybe they won't admit it, right? Eight of Swords. They're gonna play dumb. They're gonna act like they never did anything. They know it. Um, but it's like a pride thing going on here. Um, and they're not gonna show this because they know that you are not gonna let any of that slide. So they have to play dumb. It's a pride thing going on here with a Scorpio. All right. Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius want to tell Taurus? 224 459 9413. Death card, death and rebirth. Things coming to an end. Law number. Something getting caught up in something that now has caused an ending. Sagittarius want to tell Taurus. What do they want to tell Taurus? Okay, they're like in a limbo state right now. Sagittarius is like kind of in limbo, restoring their juices, taking a rest, retreating. But while they're retreating, they think of you. The Sagittarius that thinks of you. Again, look at this public stuff. There's some. I'm talking to some Tauruses here that you guys are you're doing something social media wise, YouTube wise, TikTok wise, whatever it is, at school, at work, or whatever. Um, but people are noticing. I'm seeing it throughout all the signs here. A real rebirth that that you've put yourself through, a real rebranding, let's say. And certainly this Sagittarius for some reason knows about it, and they hold back a bit, or they hang back, but as they hang back, they wish they can offer you something or bring something to you in a sense. Four swords again, four swords again. So big indicator that the Sagittarius is in retreat mode, but they think of you and they notice you. There's a little bit of judgment though. Two-timing energy. Judgment on some two-timing energy with a Sagittarius juggling energies. Okay, very similar to, I feel, who was it? I think it was Virgo, a little bit of Leo, a little bit, very similar. Capricorn. What does Capricorn want to tell Taurus? 6, 4, 10, 11, 11, and 3. 14, temperance, temperance energy from the Capricorn at 127, fast movement. Having to have temperance during some fast movement. Let's see. Okay. What is the Ace of Wands? Oh, Six of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. Knight of Cups. So Capricorn is having to have temperance about Well, whatever, you're in their plans. They want to visit you. They want to see you, but it almost feels like they're going to be doing something behind someone's back or something like that, or juggling something. It's a juggle. There's a juggling act in order to be able to get into your presence here for this Capricorn. Six of Swords. I feel like it's a Capricorn who left you, or they disappeared, or they left. They kind of want to make a comeback here. Three of Wands, Knight of Cups. Yeah, they want things to go back to how they were. They want to invite you to their home. Five of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, they feel like they had a little bit of disappearing act on you, but and now they feel like they're left out in the cold. They put themselves out of the cold from you, and they don't know if they're welcome, but they want to be. They want to offer you something for sure. As a Capricorn that thinks this Eight of Wands, yeah. They're gonna come out of nowhere. This Capricorn's gonna come out of nowhere. An old Capricorn that you've known. They're gonna go to a place where you probably your home, but where you feel the most at home, or where you take care of yourself, or maybe you go to a spa or something, and they're gonna go something like this. They're gonna go to a place where you feel like super comfortable, taken care of, something like this. Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. What does Aquarius want to tell Taurus? 134, 426, 617. Okay. There could be an Aquarius traveling from far away towards you. Five of Wands. No, I think there's an Aquarius having fights about some lies. There's an Aquarius in a very fighting mood about some lies, some fibs. What else here? Ooh. There's an Aquarius energy that kind of wants to start a fight. They've been holding back, but they kind of want to start a fight. I kind of feel like it's with you, Taurus, for whatever reason. Yep. Eight of Pentacles. It's about how busy you are, how too busy you are for them. There's someone who wants to start a bit of a fight about how you're just too busy for them now. Temperance. They know they can't just come in like that though. They know that they'll get met with a tower, but they kind of want to. They kind of want to be like, "Hey, I got a bone to pick with you." Tower again. They don't want to rock the boat, but they kind of have a bone to pick with you, Taurus. Whoa, whoa. See, two of cups in reverse and the seven of wands. Whoa. And the wheel of fortune in reverse. They feel like there's an Aquarius that feels like a connection got cut off, or a storyline got cut off. But they know they can't just start bringing shit up. Something like this. They know they just can't just start coming in with this energy, but it's there for sure. Okay, Pisces. What does Pisces want to tell Taurus? 5 and 5 is 10, 10, 15, 15, 4, 19. Okay, happiest card, happiest number in Major Arcana. The Sun, Pisces. What does Pisces want to tell Taurus? Whoa, okay. These cards got all messed up, but it's a very. My cards got messed up, but there was a very interesting message here about a Pisces. There's the energy of a Pisces here that on the outside that they're very happy for you, or they seem like they're happy for you. They want to act like they're happy for you. Anyway, they're giving you their best. I'm happy for you. Something like this, or that they're doing good. They're giving you their best. Like I'm good, but they might not be. Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. Um, yeah. Look, here's the Pisces. Could be Scorpio too, but since it was Pisces, I'm sure this is Pisces. Trust your intuition with this Pisces. They got a front. Everything's okay front. There's a big like a mystery or something of an attachment or something or addictions or something that can be addictive. Things like this, burdens. They're worried about burdens. It could be your burdens, their burdens, whatever it is, but they're giving you their best. I'm good, like everything's good. They're not though. Or they're freaking out a little bit. Something like this. That's what I'm getting. About maybe I feel like it's something having to do with your connections, your partnerships, your relationships, who you involve yourself with, stuff like this. Jeez, what did happen? All these cards went. There you go. All right, that's it. Well, guys, I'm sorry I was out for a bit. I just felt the need to organize and clean. You know, that sometimes that cleaning bug just comes up and then got busy. But it's good to do a reading today. I do private reads. The info for that's in the description below. Please like and subscribe, guys. And until next time, see you guys.